and welcome to AutoRevzz back again. I hope you guys are doing well. So guys, today I have with me this car, which is the brand new Tata Altroz DCA. Now Tata Motors have offered the dual clutch automatic transmission with this car. As always in this video as well, we are going to talk about the exterior interior feature space. By the end of the video, I'll also tell you guys how is it to drive. So let's quickly start off this video. Before starting the video, by the way, I have also reviewed the iTurbo variant. I have also reviewed the diesel Tata Altroz, so you can basically check out those videos. I'll surely provide the link in the description box down below. And which next car do you guys want to see on the channel? You can definitely let me know by writing to me on Instagram, or you can also comment down in the comment section down below, and I'll definitely try to make a video on that particular car. Now let's quickly start off this video without wasting any more time, starting off from the front profile. So this is how the front profile of the Tata Altroz looks like. Now in terms of the design, there is no change as such. The only thing which has changed right here is the dual clutch automatic transmission, and this car also gets the express cool function, which we have also seen on the iTurbo variant. So here right at the center, here you have the Tata logo, and here you also do get this chrome strip right here which covers the fascia of the car. So here, as you can see, this is how the front profile of the car actually looks like. Talking about the headlamps, now the Tata Altroz actually gets projector halogen bulbs right here. So this is basically your projector, this is basically your indicate, this one is your indicator, this one I think is your parking lamp, and this one right here is your fog lamp provided, which is again a normal halogen bulb, and this is your LED DRL provided right here. So this is much about the front profile of the car. This is how the front profile of the Tata Altroz actually looks like. Now moving on to the side profile of the car, and here as you can see, there are a few sharp elements. Obviously the car looks sharp, it looks aggressive, and it looks sporty as well. Moving on to the side, this is how the car looks like. Now the USP of this car is the fact that the doors actually open 90-degree wide. So getting in and getting out of the car is no fuss at all, especially if you have your parents, your grandparents at your place. That is not going to be an issue at all. Let me open the, by the way, here as you can see, the rear door handle is kind of hidden right here. This is something which we have also seen earlier on the Chevrolet Beat. This is something which we have also seen on the new Swift. So here as you can see, this is how the door opens up 90-degree wide, so it becomes very easy and convenient for your parents, your grandparents to get in and get out of the car. So this is again a very thoughtful feature which Tata Motors is offering. This is the amount of space. We'll talk about the space actually in detail as soon as I get into the car. But here as you can see, this is how the dashboard, this is a quick, I'm going to show you guys quickly. And let's talk about the key now. So here as you can see, this is how the key looks like. Here you have 4 buttons on offer. There is a button for your lock, this is to unlock the car, this is for your follow me headlamp, and this to open the boot. So here as soon as you press this button, the follow me headlamp button, your headlights are going to switch on like this. So here as you can see, basically here you have your parking light, there is your indicator provided, and this is your projector, and here this is your fog light and your LED DRL. Now in the side profile here, you obviously have your indicator placement, and you do get this is the dual tone variant. So here you basically have this gloss black finish on your mirror. Here you have chrome as well. Your roof is completely finished in gloss black, so it kind of looks quite nice. And again on the side you have a few sharp elements. So here as you can see, there are a few sharp elements on the side profile of the car as well. So guys, that is much about the side profile. By the way, now this car also gets a button for your passive entry, which means that you don't really need to press the unlock button on the car. Let me lock it first. So this is how you lock it, and your mirrors will automatically fold. Now in order to open it, you simply need to press this button. So this is the passive entry button, and the car will unlock like this. So having said that, now let's quickly move on to the rear profile of the car. So here as you can see, this is how the rear profile of the Tata Altroz looks like. Now here right at the center, here you have the Tata logo, Altroz badge, US parking camera. Now the tail lights is again a split type setup, and this is obviously an LED tail light which you have right here. Now as soon as you put the car into reverse, this light is going to get into, this is basically your reverse light. Here you have your high mounted stop lamp, and this is how the tail light of the car looks like. DCA badge to tell you that this is an automatic car, and you obviously have your reverse parking sensors right here as well. Here you have reflectors, and this one is your rear fog light. So this is much about the rear profile of the Tata Altroz. Now let me show you guys the boot space of the car. So this is the amount of space which you have, 345 liters to be precise. So this is the amount of space which you have, and it is a single piece seat right here. So here, as you can see, I think you can definitely fold it. So here you have a provision to fold the seat as well in order to further increase the luggage carrying capacity of the car. So this is the amount of space. Here they have provided this car cover. I think this is something which you will have to purchase additionally for an additional cost. And here the tire profile, as you can see, the spare wheel is a smaller steel rim which you have, 165/80 R14. So that is the tire profile which you have right here. Okay, now I think I've covered most of the things. Here you have this handle, so you can close the lid like this. Now let's really have a look at the wheel size, the tire profile, and then we'll move inside the car and I'll talk about the features which you have in the new Tata Altroz. Now here, as you can see, you have dual tone treatment on your alloy wheels. These are Goodyear tires provided, and the tire profile right here, as you can see, let me find the tire profile. So here you basically have 185. So here, as you can see, 185 60 R16. So this is obviously an alloy wheel right here, and this is how the design of the alloy wheel actually looks like. So guys, I think I've covered most of the things on the exterior front. By the way, the tire profile, that's the similar tire profile which you have at the front as well. So I think I'm done with the walk around. Now let's quickly move inside the car and let me show you guys what all features do you have. Then we'll talk about the space, and then I'll also show you guys the engine, and then we'll talk about the performance from the automatic gearbox. So guys, now I am inside the car. Let me adjust the seat so that I can show you guys the dashboard properly. Now here you have your push start stop button. So here, as you can see, you must have noticed that when you start the car, there is a jerk which actually can be felt inside the cabin. That shouldn't have been the case. I have also driven the I-Turbo variant. I have also driven the diesel, and those engines didn't really have this kind of an issue. In fact, even this motor, the 1.2 liter naturally aspirated motor, I have driven it earlier as well, and it did not really have that kind of an issue. But in this particular car, I think there is some technical issue with this particular model. So here, let me show it to you guys again. So here, let me switch off the car. Okay, now let's switch it on. There you see, there is a jerk which can be felt inside the cabin. So that is something which Tata Motors need to address. Any which ways, now let's start talking about the features which you have. Now here, as you can see, the dashboard looks really very nice. It looks premium as well. The quality inside the car also looks is really very good. Now here, the steering wheel which you have is a leather wrapped one. It is a flat bottom steering wheel, feels really very nice to hold, and I'll also talk about the handling as soon as I start talking about the performance of this car. So let's focus on the dashboard. So here, as you can see, here you have a good pattern on the dashboard. Here you have this gloss gray finish, and here this is the amount of space which you have in the glove box. This is a 15-liter glove box, by the way, which is a cooled one. So if you keep your beverages, it is going to maintain the temperature right there. So this is how the dashboard layout actually looks like. Now let's start talking about the features, starting off from the steering. So here, as you can see, here you have a few buttons. So here, from here, you can obviously accept and reject calls. This for your volume up and down, and this to change the tracks, this to change the source from Bluetooth to FM. Here you have your buttons for your cruise control, and this is your 7-inch digital info, the instrument cluster. So this is a 7-inch unit right here, which is a digital unit obviously, and the speedometer which you have right there is obviously an analog unit. So here, in order to see the information, you'll have to go through this particular button right here. So here, as you can see, it is showing you the amount of power and torque which is being put out. Then here it shows you distance to empty, settings as well, instantaneous fuel economy. It will show you trip A, trip B, and that's about it. That is much about it actually. So that's about the that's about the instrument cluster. Now let's start talking about the infotainment screen right here. So this is a 7-inch touchscreen which you have, and in terms of the touch response, it is quite good, I would say. In terms of the sound quality, I'm not playing an audio right here because of the copyright issues, but you can definitely check out the sound quality on Instagram. Let me unwrap this. So here, there it goes. That really feels very nice. Okay, now here you have this Altroz badge right here, and in terms of the cooling is quite good, I would say, from the air conditioning system. So this is at the lowest blower speed. Now here you have your controls for your automatic climate control AC. Here you do have a USB charging port, 12-volt charging port as well. There is some space where you can keep your wallet. This is your automatic transmission. Now let's get into reverse. So here you have a button. As soon as you'll have to first press the button right here, this one, and then you can basically shift it to drive and reverse. So as soon as you get into drive mode, into reverse, it is going to start this reverse spying camera. It gets adaptive guidelines as well. So this is how the reverse spying camera of the Tata Altroz looks like. Let me quickly get it into park again. Now here it obviously gets a manual mode, so you can basically shift it towards your left, and you can basically take control of the gearbox manually as well. Now this is a 6-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. I'll talk about its performance as soon as we move on to our performance aspect of the video. Now here, as you can see, here you have 2 cup holders provided, and here you also do get a sliding armrest. So that is how it goes, ahead and behind. And yeah, that is much about it. Let's listen to the horn. That is how the horn sounds like. Here you have some space where you can probably keep your tool receipts. There's light placement right here, and here you do get a sun visor, but there's no vanity mirror. Here you have a tool receipt holder, a normal IRVM right here, and here you have a vanity mirror in your sun visor, and that is much about it. Now let's have a look at the storage spaces. So here you can easily accommodate a 1-liter bottle. There is again some space here, and these are your obviously power window switches. This to retract and to adjust your ORVMs, and this for your window lock. Here you have this fabric material used, so that is something which looks nice actually. And this is how the dashboard looks like. So guys, I think I've covered most of the things about the exterior as well as the interior of the car. By the way, now this car gets here, as like I told you earlier, this car gets a express cooling function. So it basically increases the blower speed and sets the temperature on the lower side for the car to cool quickly. So that is what it does. This is the feature which you have also seen on the iTurbo variant. And talking about the seats, so here, as you can see, here you have this leather wrapped black colored seats with this tri-arrow design on them. So here, this is how the seats actually look like. The quality of the seats is quite premium, I would say. And yeah, that's much about the interior and the features of the car. Now let's quickly move inside the second row and let's see what kind of space do you have in the Tata Altroz. So let me switch off the car. By the way, here you have your buttons, so for your front and your rear fog light. Here you obviously have your lever for your headlight. This is your lever for your wiper, and yeah, that's much about it. Let me switch off the car. Okay, now let me adjust the seat as per my comfortable driving position so that I can show you guys the space in a much better way. So this is my comfortable driving position. Now here, as you can see, this is the amount of space which you have. Let's get inside. So guys, here, by the way, for your kind reference, my height is around 5'7". So if you are 5'7", if you are 5'8", it shouldn't really be an issue as such. But if you are taller than, if you are 6 feet tall or taller than that, then there might be an issue in terms of the legroom. But you can obviously stretch your feet below driver as well as co-driver seat. The underside support could have been a little bit more better. And in terms of the shoulder room, I think I have reclined the seat a little bit behind, and that's the reason why this is the amount of space which you might be able to see right here. So if you are 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", that shouldn't really be an issue as such. But if you are taller than that, then your head might rub on the roof of the car. And this is the amount of shoulder room. You can easily get actually 3 thin and fit people at the rear, because the floor is completely flat right here, so middle passenger won't really have to struggle in terms of the legroom. So that is again a very good thing, that the floor is completely flat. Here you have adjustable headrest for 2 adjustable headrests actually. Here you have a center armrest as well, so you can basically sit like a boss right here and enjoy the view out there. So that is much about it. Here you have handle with a hook. There is handle provided right there as well. Here also you do get a handle with an hook, and here you have this magazine holder, your air vents as well. That is again a very good thing to have actually. And here you obviously have this 12-volt charging point as well. So this is the amount of space which you have. Talking about the door pads, now here as you can see, here you can easily accommodate a 1-liter bottle. There is again some space right here, fabric treatment on the door handle, and to open, this is the door handle which you have, and here you have this aluminum sort of a finish which looks quite nice and premium. So guys, I think I have covered most of the things about this car. The seats are pretty much comfortable, and this is the kind of tri-arrow design which you might be able to see on each and every Tata car. By the way, I have also reviewed the Harrier, I have reviewed the Safari as well. All the videos of the Tata cars you will be able to find out in the description box down below, so you can basically check out all the reviews of the Tata cars. I have reviewed the Punch as well, so you can basically check out that video as well. So guys, I think I'm done with the exterior, interior as well as the space of the car. Now it's time to check out the engine of the car, and then we'll talk about the driving dynamics, and then we'll move on to the conclusion of the car, who should particularly opt for this one. So let's quickly move outside. Let me open the engine bay for you guys. So here you have this lever. Once you pull it, you can open the hood of the car. So here you basically have this. Oh, it is damn hot. So guys, this is your 1.2 liter naturally aspirated Revotron engine, which makes 86 PS of power and 113 Newton meters of torque. So guys, now let's start talking about the performance of the Tata Altroz DCA. So the engine which you have right here is decently refined at idle RPM, but as soon as you start driving the car, as soon as you rev it hard and fast, it starts sounding inside the cabin. So that the refinement definitely could have been improved. Talking about the power and punch, it provides you decent amount of grunt for you to actually maneuver the car in the city as well as on the highway. So that is about the power and performance. Now moving on to the main aspect of the car, which is the dual clutch automatic transmission. Now the gearbox, the transmission is quite smooth shifting, I would say, but it definitely takes a millisecond as soon as you go completely hard on the throttle. If you are on part throttle input, then you might not really feel the lag, but as soon as you go completely hard on the throttle, it definitely takes its own sweet time. A few milliseconds can be felt for the upshift. So that is about the gearbox. But you can, like I told you, you can basically take control of the gearbox manually by shifting it into the manual mode, and the gearbox is decently quick and decently smooth with the shift. It is quite smooth actually, so no complaints on that front as well. It is definitely far better than the AMT and the CVT which the other companies are providing. So definitely that is something which needs to be appreciated right here, that the dual clutch automatic transmission is any day better than the AMT and the CVT which we have, or which we used to get earlier. Okay, so now let's move on to my personal favorite aspect of the car, which is the ride and handling balance. As always, Tata Motors have nailed the car with a great balance actually. So the ride quality which you have is not very soft, at the same time it is not very stiff either. And talking about the handling, The handling, the steering wheel feels really very nice. Actually, it weighs up pretty well at higher speeds as well, and the communication from the steering wheel is again really very good. So in terms of the handling, I have no complaints as such. The ride quality of the car is again brilliant, I would say. So the ride and handling balance, Tata Motors have definitely nailed the ride and handling balance of the Tata Altroz. So guys, now talking about the safety features. Now you obviously have dual airbags, ABS, EBD, corner stability control, brake sway control as well, and the Tata Altroz has scored a strong 5-star rating in the global NCAP crash test as well. So it is a pretty safe car to be in. Now talking about the variants. Now this car, the DCA variant, is available in a total of 7 variants, and I'll provide the showroom price in the description box down below. For the on-road price, you can definitely contact me. If you have any questions related to the insurance or loan, you can definitely contact me by messaging me on Instagram. You can also comment down in the description box down below, and in order to know the on-road pricing, you can basically add another 1.5 lakh rupees in the showroom price, and you will get an approximate value of the car. So yeah, that's about it. Now moving on to the conclusion, who should particularly buy the Tata Altroz Dual-Clutch Automatic transmission. So if you need a car which has excellent ride and handling balance, which has great high-speed stability, which has a decently powerful engine, which provides you good mileage as well, and in terms of the looks, it is definitely a pretty looking car as well, and which is also and if you need a car which is safe as well, which has scored a strong 5-star rating in the global NCAP, then this is the car to go with. I hope I have covered most of the things about the car. Now Tata Motors should definitely offer the DCA dual clutch automatic transmission with the I-turbo variant and the diesel variant as well. Let's see if we get that in the near future. So guys, I think I've covered most of the things about the car. If you have any question, you can surely ask it to me on Instagram. I'll see you guys in the next one. You can definitely check out the car and bike playlist as well, and you can definitely contact me as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, drive safe, ride safe, bye bye.